Good evening. We have with us Mr. Milind Baride, Group Contract and Subcontract Management Vice President and India and Mongolia Region Vice President, Maire SpA. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
What is hot these days in the EPC world?
I think in the EPC world, what I see in the next 4 or 5 years, that India will be a very growing market. There are a lot of projects that are in the pipeline. They are on the drawing board. They are also coming in the tendering phases. So there is a positive approach and is a positive atmosphere for the EPC industry in India. There is a lot of growing market, and there is an internal consumption is increasing so high that you need basic commodity materials to drive the progress of the country. Therefore, these projects are bound to come up. And the second reason is the demography of the country. Most of the other countries, demography is different. We are in a much younger population. So the long-term effect of being a younger population economically is seen as more positive than an older population.
And on the technology part, how do you see things unveiling, whether it is compressed biogas, say green hydrogen, green ammonia, bioplastics? So how do you see all these from an Indian perspective?
From an Indian perspective, or even from the world perspective, ultimately it's all a matter of economy. It's not about technology. Ultimately, it is per unit cost of any product, and whether that per unit cost of the product is within the market and there is someone who's willing to buy at the per unit cost that is indicated. If you don't have the buyer, that product is bound to fail. I believe that so far, maybe in the medium term it will come up, but in the short term, the price gap of such technologies and the current pricing is a pretty big gap. How that gap will be filled, whether the technologies will evolve and continue to reduce the price, or some other methods of the government intervention will be required to sustain, I believe the challenge is out there.
So it will be viability gap funding, or is it everybody contributing or reducing some bit of their margin, which helps in finally these products?
Ultimately, everybody, especially people like us, including our party, we are here for money. We are not here to do any CSR or any NGO activities. Yes, climate change, all of these are very important considerations. Not to put anything negative about it. It is in a positive sense. But ultimately, companies or even individuals will have to understand whether they are going to make money or they have to put money on the table. And that's going to drive.
There are a lot of greenfield and brownfield expansions. So how do you see these? How do you see these expansion, and what is the role that you see for your company in this overall scheme of things?
On the traditional sector, which is a necessary requirement on the growth, will continue in the medium term to be the driver of the economy. The traditional sector, meaning based on the oil and gas as the prime material. The government is also indicating that the transition towards a cleaner environment is not directly running into the green side, but transitioning through gas. And I believe that's a very important aspect that the government is carrying out, and I am confident that the gas as a transition fuel is cleaner, is economically viable, economically sustainable, and therefore in the medium term that will be the driver of the transition towards a cleaner environment. Then as the other technologies evolve, then those will take off from that point onwards.
So the government, with respect to gas energy mix of from 6% to 15%, is a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction, it's a step in the correct direction, and that should be the way that that the economy will move. Of course, there are different sources of gas. There is and the government, in respect of the gas, is also looking towards biogas, compressed gases, trying to get synthetic gas from coal. These are the major factors that will play a big role.
Anything that you would like to add from your side?
I think from my side, our company is looking forward towards this challenge. We are positive on the outlook of the country. We are positive on the trends that is showing, and most importantly, we are also seeing the positive part of a stable political structure.